Giulio Cappellini.
So I'd like to give the floor now to Giulio Cappellini. Where is he? Welcome.
Allora, innanzitutto vorrei aprire facendoti complimenti.
First of all, congratulations for the Compasso d'Oro alla carriera, your career award.
Una bella soddisfazione.
I think you must be proud. Yes, when they called me, I told them I'm not dead yet, and they told me, well, it's for your career, not in your memory. Good morning, everybody. So you have an important quality because your surname is a brand of the sector and is a part of extra design, if I'm not mistaken. But you also are the art director within the group and outside of the group. So you really managed to be present in several spaces, and that's not typical for architect designers. I am a Sunday designer, so instead of designing products, I like to work on projects. I think a product can be imitated. Not so. This doesn't happen with products, especially with projects. Pardon. Italian companies can be very interesting worldwide, but aside of the products, the project for the brand, for the company, that expresses quality, innovation is a winning element, and it is what makes a difference.
Ma come è nata la tua attività? Raccontaci, visto che appunto è un
How did you start? I mean, you got a career, an award to your career, so tell us about your career. Well, I attended the Politecnico of Milan. I graduated in architecture, and I was lucky enough to work in the studio of Gio Ponti when he was still alive. And with him, I learned more than I learned in 5 years at university. I learned that nothing happens by chance, and you need to follow the project from the beginning to the end. Then I joined Bocconi by chance as well, and I joined a small company, family-run company. I was very young, maybe I drank too much, and I said to my dad, I want to work in a family company. We grew, then we joined the group of Poltrone Frau and Cassina, but yes, I can say that my role is developing products for the brand, for the company, and I like to work on different dimensions. And the experience at Haworth is very interesting because within this big group, I think Cappellini is a small identity, but the fact that we can interact with different size companies on different products, I think that's very, very interesting because it has been said earlier by my colleagues, of course, in Italy and probably in the world, we create excellently designed products, but sometimes we are too much self-centered. We need to work and get to the customer to explain the product. Having a true product, a real product, is not something that you can make up in 24 hours. So telling the story behind the product is something that's determining and that can be very helpful when somebody chooses a product. I think in the past years we lost the quality of the product. I think we should go back to making great products as we did at the beginning of great design. Young people of today pay attention to the archetypes of design from the 50s, 60s, 70s. It's no chance that great brands are creating new editions of their pillars of the Italian design. So I think there's a lot to do in this sense. So less of a radical research. Well, for a company, it is crucial to be contemporary. You can be contemporary only if you work on innovation. Innovating doesn't mean creating a new shape, because I think excellent shapes were done in the past. So we should work on a more general concept, on a more general landscape, creating a residential landscape or high traffic landscape, office spaces, and imagine what is the new behavior of the end customer. Of course, within the landscapes, we have products, of course, but we need to think and tell the project in a more articulated way. You told me something that was very impressive to me. You said that in the past 2 years,
le aziende, la tua sensazione è che si siano non sedute, però che abbiano privilegiato il catalogo
maybe
esistente,
rested on the laurels or focused on the existing catalog because things were selling, considering the situation. Well, as we said, this period just accelerated some phenomena that were already there. So we should reflect on what happened, because in the past we've seen an uncontrolled growth. We would go to the Salone del Mobile, see 20,000 new products, and after 3 months we would just remember about 20 of them. So products should be more thought through, but this doesn't mean that we should not neglect research or innovation. Currently, we have excellent possibilities to use new materials, new production systems, and we can create products that couldn't be created in the past due to lack of technologies, lack of materials that did not perform well. So now we can. So we can think about technological objects. Technology is increasingly smaller, so we have the possibility to create in a different way. We need to think this through, and we should create long seller, not bestsellers. Designs create bestsellers. Good design creates long sellers, because I think for a final user, seeing on the market after 20, 30 years the same product with a different texture or a different color is a guarantee. Because in this moment of great attention towards the archetypes of design, we should really focus on true projects, on products with solid foundations. You say that all shapes have been invented, so it is more and more about technology and more about developing new skills. Yes, then it depends on the size of the company. But I believe that another feature of the Italian industry, which is what makes us winners, is the ingenuity, the willingness to take risks, because in Italy, companies continue taking risks, and this is extraordinary. This is something that needs to be acknowledged worldwide. But at the same time, we should be able to work on different scales. So when we talk about products in Italy, because in Italy we do extraordinary things and also crappy things. Because, I mean, you don't need to go to China to find a copy, you can find them here. So I think this concept of made in Italy should maybe reassessed. But we can talk about industry, design, designers, but we should not forget about the excellent force that is craftsmanship, which is often neglected, of course. Our craftsmanship is excellent. It exists also in other countries and in countries with a frail economy. But I believe we should really discuss the topic of craftsmanship, which also ties to the problem of the new generation. So if an old artisan stops working, there's nobody to replace him. We have industrial products, we have artisanal products, we have products where we have an industrial base that is finished beautifully by the human touch. And this is what in the world they envy about our products.
Dal punto di vista, adesso qui oggi non ne abbiamo parlato perché
we haven't discussed this today because
ma la sostenibilità, qual è l'approccio che tu noti?
What is your approach or the general approach to sustainability? I think in Southern Europe we were lagging behind. I remember when I would go to Northern Europe 10, 15 years ago, I wasn't asked what are the design trends. They would ask me what my approach towards sustainability was. So Northern Europe first designs the packagings and then they design the products. I think that's a given. Of course, we were very much confused because everyone was talking about sustainability without knowing what they were talking about. Because on one side we had industrial production and on the other side research from universities and research on sustainable materials that was in a parallel track. So it was very difficult to merge these two aspects. So, because they will say sustainable materials are not beautiful or they're too expensive. A lot of strides has been taken in the past years, but I think this concept should really involve the whole company. So it's not just about using recycled products, a recycled material, pardon. I think this is crucial. It is a duty of the industry. There is a strong tension, especially from younger customers, towards sustainability. I think this is important for end customers because they want to know what's behind the product. And we are serious if we explain what's behind. When I talk about a young public, young audience, I think about people who are open-minded, the no-code generation. They can be 20 or 60, but they are very flexible, very free. So I think a very attentive customer, that it's the model customer for the Italian industry. Going back to the Compasso d'Oro, you told me that
Gli oggetti premiati, chiamano così,
The objects that receive an award
maggiore rispetto a prima.
are incredibly varied. Yes, it was impressive to me, but it also made me think because the Compasso d'Oro was an award for technology and for furniture. The fact that this year only 2 awards were given to furniture and the rest was given to technology systems made me think. So maybe furniture products are not that interesting. On the other hand, the Compasso d'Oro for the career of a product are an award for products that maybe left the audience puzzled at first, but that proved to be still useful, still beautiful after 40 years. So going back to making great projects, great products, is a crucial element for the industry. Also because I believe that looking at the Italian industry, I think this is what sets us apart. So we should pave a road and not follow it. So a more radical research can bring to creating long sellers rather than best sellers. Thank you, Giulio, for your contribution. Thank you. Now we have a coffee break, and we'll be back here in 20-25 minutes. Thank you.